Howdy, folks. We're back again with Star Control 2, the Quan Masters. This is my playthrough of it. When we left off last time, we had talked to the Chimur, not the Chimur, the Chinjesu, and had revived the Shofixti. Well, we'd gotten the Shofixti females and took them to Tanaka and all that jazz, and now we're kind of stooging around a bit. I'm trying to see if I can possibly pull off something before the Pekunk get themselves eradicated. But we'll see. I need to kill a bit of time so that the Shofixti can resurrect themselves. Sorry for the beep there. Alright, let's see. Star map. Yeah, the Pekunk are moving that way. Not sure I'll be able to pull it off is the problem, which mildly bothers him to me, but meh. Let's go bother the Ilrath. Now it turns out the Ilrath homeworld is not an Ilrath the Ilrath sector of space. That's because they've moved down to harass the Pekunk, who have moved because. See, they moved again. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull off what I'm trying to pull off, but we'll see. I delayed resuscitating the Shofixti a bit too long, I think. Which is unfortunate. Closer. But we're gonna have some fun with the Ilrath. Alright, we're down the edge of the Ilrath system. And Commander Hayes said something about if you use the hyperwave caster in a system, you could basically annoy people from like where they can't detect you. So we're gonna try doing that.
Listen! It is the hideous and inspiring voices of our gods, Dogar and Kazan. Oh, great gods of evil and darkness. What can your humble and devious servants do for you?
Well, they apparently think we're Dogar and Kazan. Worship us!
From the chambers of pain, now we hear your words, cruel and evil lords of darkness. And as your voice crackles out of the speaker boxes, it sends thrills across our carcasses. Our hairy quills all stand erect, and we pant and wheeze with holy fever. Oh, mighty gods, you are the definition of all that is evil and hideous in this universe. You are the inspiration for all cruelty, deception, and pain. For this, we thank you.
We require that you do things a bit differently.
Your will is our inspiration. What shall we do?
From this day forward, say worship instead of worship.
As you wish, glorious, unmerciful destructors. In all future worship, we will honor you in this way.
Alright, From this day forward, say dwee instead of we.
Yes, great Dogar. Yes, mighty Kazon. We certainly will. We certainly will.
Say Yubu instead of you?
It shall be so, great ones. Yubu are mighty. Yubu are the most hideous and deceitful. We Ilrath are too fortunate to have Yubu to worship.
I do wish that they had coded it back then so that if each of the ones you did, they would just overlap. So that, they would actually say worship instead of worship in that one. Since I clicked on worship, say worship instead of worship. And the old dwee instead of we thing. That would have been awesome if they coded it that way, but this is still hilarious.
We, the Dilrats, bow and scrape off our appendages in your honor, mighty Dogar and Kazon.
Alright, you're sufficiently grace, go and kill Grismy letter names.
We can never receive sufficient direction from you, great masters. We eagerly await your next vile commandments.
Heed these words, our evil children. Leave this place. Seek new prey.
Oh, mighty Dogar. Oh, mighty Kazon. Your devoted servants hear your words and obey your divine and cruel insights. The Pakunk are unfit for our sacramental tortures. We relish the prospect of killing worthy prey. We will leave immediately so that we can begin our glorious evil devotions. But who shall we prey upon next? Who shall suffer our inspired torment? Didn't those loathsome Umga once mention a race near their region of space? Yes, I have it. The Fradash. We will go now and kill all of them.
We return out of the Fit of Darkness. Obey our commands.
Farewell, Dogar and Kazon. We are awed by your malevolent presence, and swear unto you to commit even more violent, treacherous deeds tomorrow than we did today.
Good. Doop-a-doop. Alright. Alright, the Punk are moving closer. We're gonna head home. And yes, I did just pretend to be a god. Actually, more accurately, I pretended to be two gods. Hoping I can pull this off. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull off what I'm trying to pull off, but I'm hopeful. Alright. Hopefully the Shofixti have resurrected themselves. They probably haven't, but... Actually, let me just look in here. Punk aren't there yet? Okay, good. I still have a little margin for error here.
I'm at your disposal, Captain. I know you're busy, but I've got some news. The Shofixti have returned. Their ships can now be built in our shipyards. With their vast numbers swelling our ranks, we won't have to worry about running out of able-bodied crew. And I'm sure their volunteers will reduce the cost for new crew.
Superb. Okay.
Return soon, Captain.
Okay, we've got a shot at this. Not a good shot, but we've got a shot. Shipyard. Okay, first things first. Since the Shofixi are back, our crew costs are reduced to 1, which is kind of awesome. Alright. Alright. They're still alive. Manifest devices, quasi portal, star map. All right, we need quasi space nodes here. This one here. Yes. We are running this one close. Okay, we're gonna fly into Yehat space here. What is the Yehat homeworld, anyways? Let's see if I can get to the Yehat homeworld. Yehat Gamma Serpentis. Alright, so... Alpha, that's Gamma there, I think. Gamma. Here. Where is it? I'll just... Coordinates. 492. That's this one here. Okay. Hoping to run into a Yehat before... Technically speaking, I just have to run into them in space, the Yehat in space. I'm just picking a particular planet. Okay, there's a ship there. I want to run into it. Please be a Yehat. Hearing sirens, that's a good sound. Okay, I think we pulled this off, folks.
What am I seeing on the view screen? It's none other than the flattened old face of our friends, the human. But, old ally, are you not knowing that we, the Yehat, are allied with the Quan now? And your presence outside the slave shield and in an armed starship are clear violations of your oath of fealty. Whatever shall we do? It just isn't the right thing to kill you, human, but as a loyal member of my clan, I must obey the wishes of our queen.
We should be allies, friends. Explain why this cannot be.
Your words are flying in the face of the facts, human. We are no longer being your allies. But unlike the nobles of our homeworld, we of the Starship clans are bereaved at this course of events. The Queen's decision to be joining the hierarchy pains us.
We encountered an offshoot race. Go on, tell us about them.
The cowards live? This is unbelievable! It is a sad, sad day to be hearing this thing from you, human. I can't even say their vile name! The skunk is the greatest embarrassment our species has ever suffered! Do not be calling these wretched creatures an offshoot of our species! Better is to be calling them garbage or droppings! Better yet, do not be talking about them at all!
Okay, we won't mention them again. By your honor, Yehat Captain, I, Peterson, Master of the Vindicator, name of the United Federation World, call upon the Starship Clans to honor their word and fight for our cause.
As much as my heart cries to aid ye valiant human, I cannot. Each of us is sworn first to our Queen, who has commanded us to treat ye as an enemy of the Crown.
Your species obligation cannot be forgotten. What about your honor, your pride?
Can't you see that you're killing me, human? The shame, the awful shame of it. What you say is true. We should be under the same wing, but damn your eyes. Our queen has given our Quan our allegiance, and there is nothing I can be doing about it now.
Oh, damn it. Oh, God, I hope I run another one here. Alright, there is... Come on. Please be Ahad. Please be Ahad. Please be Ahad.
We are dedicated to...
Yep, suit yourself.
And now...
That's going. This is running very close. Yeah, had again. Okay.
Human, what are you doing back here? Are you totally off your perch? We have sympathies for your cause, 'tis true, but we must obey the orders of our queen, however much we may disagree with them.
How did the Urquan defeat you? What happened?
We were not defeated, human. Never, never in the 2,000 years of the Deep-Neat Queen have the Yehat ever suffered a defeat. It is this fact alone that is making our loyalty to the Queen so strong. This is the unbreakable bond that keeps the clans together. When the Urquan were entering our home star system at Gabon Serpentis, we had 1,000 starships prepared to defend our home. And then the Queen, she allied with the Urquan, and the fight is over before it even began. Ah!
Alright. This may come as a shock, but the Shofixi are reborn.
If this is being a true thing, there will be many changes. But we are a species long wise in the ways of defeat. You must be proving these words you say, Captain. Send the Shofixi to us as a way of proof.
Alright, I'll send over the Shofixi. Just don't mess with them, okay?
We're scanning the separation of a vessel from your fleet, Captain, and indeed its configuration matches that of a Shofixi scout vessel. This had better not be a trick, Captain. We are knowing the power of a glory device, and if you detonate the weapon near us, the price for you shall be dear. Very dear. The scout has docked, and we await the pilot's appearance at the airlock. The atmosphere cycle is complete. The door slides open, and... It's true! The Shofixi are alive! Look at that fat muzzle, those shining black eyes, the sweet claws! Our children have returned from oblivion! But now we are faced with the cruelest truth. We who have sacrificed our honor, we who have lain with the enemy, we are not worthy. We are nothing. We are less than nothing. But wait, we're not Sbathy. We're the Yehats of the Starship clans. We will not let this lie any longer. Listen, as I speak these words. If our queen makes the dishonorable command, then it is the queen who has no honor. And the dishonorable queen is no queen at all. We, the Zeep, are the only clan who remembers the true meaning of honor. We shall tear the queen from her throne. The 2,000-year reign of the Zeep queens is over. The revolution has begun!
Yes! I pulled it off, guys. What I was trying to do was start the Yehat revolution before the Pekunk arrived, fully. And I did it. Barely. Okay. I ran that one close. Alright, whew! Alright, from there... Alright, now earlier on, we're going to go back to... Now we've got some other things to do. When we talked to the Siren, they, we let them know that it looked like the Mycon had, from what we heard, the Mycon were the ones who were behind the destruction of their homeworld, Syra. And they did let us know where their homeworld used to be. Or someone did, I forget who. So we're going to go there and see if we can find proof that the Mycon were behind it. What's the coordinates for this? It is... Where are my notes? Beta Copernicus. So... Back a little bit. And a bit further north. There we go, Beta Copernicus. Alright, we have saved the Pukunk. Well, at least we've started the revolution before the Pukunk arrived. You will find out why that's important later. Oh, crap. Mycon. I have to blow these guys up. Fortunately... Yeah.
We are the Mycon.
Hello. We wish peace between our peoples.
Our bodies seethe with the passion of our genes. 1,000 of your species do not possess the richness in one of my cells.
I wonder how you would taste fried in butter.
I fill with my parents, 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 parents. I am they, and they are us, then and now.
I'll see myself out.
Jumbo rot fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues.
Alright. Fortunately... There are two ways to kill the Mycon now. Minimum being, my flagship is now a death machine. Fucker. Fuck it. I have to disengage this way. God damn it. Ah! Fuck. He's healing himself up. There we go. Now that he's using his own acceleration, and not the power of the gravity whip he pulled off. Fuck, ran into the planet. Ugh. Mouse with the planet. Ow. Took more damage than I wanted to. I should have perfected them, but I wasn't paying attention and bounced out the planet's atmosphere. That was unfortunate. Alright, now you see there in the middle of the Goldilocks zone is where Syra used to be. There's that planet, Syra. Syra was a water world. It's not so much anymore. Let's just put it that way. Shattered world. Specifically energy. There is one energy spot on there, as you can see down there. Might as well grab minerals world down there if we can. I'm gonna grab minerals. Because there we go. Alright, now we'll go grab the report from the surface. Near an unusual volcanic fumarole, we found a fragment of some kind of biological encasement or shell, which is made of an incredibly tough, heat-resistant mat of fungal fibers. We can find no sign of any life form which may have hatched from this eggshell, but we'll bring it back to the flagship for further study. End of report. Alright. Meantime, let's take a quick look at the moons here. Focus. So yes, that was the Syrene's homeworld there. Note the was. Alright. We're gonna go back to the starbase now. I think that's Earth. Yep, that's Earth. It's no one near Earth, I should say. We're running very low on fuel. We'll call the Milner May for a tank up in a bit. You'll notice the Pakunk are no longer on the map. They've gone away. Something happened to them. Their sphere of influence is now gone. No more Pakunk. Here.
Welcome back, Captain. I've been waiting to inform you of a new situation. This seems strange to me, and I considered not bringing it up, but not long ago, 6 of my people fell unconscious simultaneously for no apparent reason. When they awoke hours later, they reported being overwhelmed by a feeling of something very wrong that had taken place. The medtechs couldn't find anything wrong with these crew members, but they discovered one correlation. All 6 of them have exceptionally high Esper rating.
Alright, let's offload what minerals we have.
Light load this time, Captain.
Yes. What have I acquired? Analyze what I acquired.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject Mycon egg case. Data? We really didn't know Mycon came from eggs, but our analysis of this sheath shows that it's been subjected to phenomenal temperatures and pressures. The most unusual aspect of the egg case is its size. We know Mycons range in height from 0.5 to 3.5 meters, but our reconstruction of the whole egg case shows it to be over 25 meters high. Summary. If a Mycon came out of this, it's gotta be really big. That's the end of our scientist report.
Good. Alright, some additional, let's
be careful out
let's
there,
refill
Captain.
and crew. Alright. called for in hyperspace refueling.
Welcome back, Captain. You are our favorite customer. Now, what can we do for you today?
You can refill my fuel tanks. Something I'd like to sell.
The 183 units of biological data we downloaded from your ship earn you 366 credits.
Good! I'd like to buy some mixed purchases.
What trade items would you like to buy today?
Fuel.
How much fuel do you wish to purchase?
Fill her up.
Fuel transferred to your vessel.
Excellent. Let's buy a little bit of information while we're here.
How wonderful.
Historical information. Go!
Almost 25,000 of your years ago, there existed near this region of space an association of star-faring races called the Sentient Milieu. This group formed over several thousand years to mutually enrich their respective cultures, to provide a safe creche for emerging sentient species, and to afford themselves a degree of protection from external hostilities via military alliance. Of the 7 most active milieu members, the most famous race, indeed, you know them well, Captain, were the Quan.
Yes, we found that out, but tell us more.
The Quan evolved on a harsh planet, orbiting a star outside this region of space. They were solitary predators, like your praying mantis, Captain, or polar bear, who had a very limited set of social behaviors, most of which dealt with sex. Since they had to compete for survival against many physically superior species, the Quan evolved intelligence and tool use in much the same way as your own species. The Quan also learned to master their fierce territoriality, to build a cooperative planetary culture. When the Quan were discovered by the Taelo, they had just begun exploring their solar system in crude atomic vehicles. Although the Quan attacked what they thought to be an invader, the Taelo were patient. They explained the purpose of the sentient milieu and offered the Quan membership. The Quan recognized the benefits that such a system provided, and once more conquered the hunting beast within themselves. To become cooperative, productive members of the milieu, this lasted for several thousands of years.
More historical information?
Just over 20,000 years ago, when your ancestors were learning to chart the course of the moon and stars on animal horns, the sentient milieu spanned 500 light years and included the membership of 100 worlds. Like all other star travelers, they had discovered ruins and relics of a far more ancient culture, which your species calls the precursors. Explorers from many species spent their lives trying to piece together this ancient mystery, but of all races, the Quan were the most bold adventurers. Their scouts, flying single ships, penetrated far into uncharted space and landed a million worlds. On one such mission, a young Quan made planetfall on a small, light-bearing alien world to identify some anomalous energy readings, occasionally a sign of precursor installations. Instead, the Quan found a small, hideous creature a Dinyari. Before the scout was able to defend itself, the Dinyari creature took control of the Urquan's mind and commanded the scout to place the Dinyari aboard the Urquan's ship, along with hundreds of its evil brood. Then, the Urquan returned to the heart of the milieu, landing on its capital planet. Within hours, every resident of the planet was a Dinyari slave. Within a month, Dinyari compelled starships and spread the evil, psychic creatures across the entire milieu.
More information?
When the Dinyari took control of the milieu, one race fought back, the Taelo. These slow, quiet creatures were silicon-based life forms, but bore little resemblance to the modern Genjetsu. Taelo were natural immunes to the Dinyari's psychic compulsion. They were unaffected by the creature's power, and the Dinyari would not permit anyone to exist outside their control. So they ordered the remaining races of the milieu to attack and destroy the Taelo home planet. This planet was one of the few milieu worlds located in this region of space. I believe you call their star Delta Vulpeculae. Their home was a moon revolving about the second planet. I'm sad to say that the Taelo were indeed eliminated. However, at the time of their devastation, they had completed a device which they thought would give other races psychic immunity like their own. What happened to this device, this shield? It's hard to say. Maybe it was destroyed in the attack on their homeworld. Maybe not.
It wasn't. It's on my ship now.
In the Dinyari's new empire, the Urquan were the favored slaves. This is probably because the Urquan were the most psychically sensitive, the most easily compelled. As the centuries of Dinyari dominance passed, what was once the sentient milieu deteriorated and degenerated into a great galactic gulag. Alien races which did not serve with the efficiency and speed demanded by the Dinyari were ruthlessly burned from the faces of their worlds. The agents of this genocide were inevitably the Dinyari's favorite pet, the Urquan. After almost 2,500 years of unrelenting Dinyari control, there were only 4 living member races of the once great sentient milieu. By this point, the Dinyari had used genetic manipulation to split the Urquan into 2 subspecies. The green Urquan. Scientists, technicians, and administrators who were responsible for maintaining the limited infrastructure of the Dinyari civilization, and the black Urquan, who filled the ranks of basic laborer and combat soldier. Then, a chance discovery by an Urquan named Zerza led to the violent overthrow of the Dinyari slave empire.
And yes, of course, what that discovery was is the next piece of information.
The Urquan named Zerza was a green, a researcher specializing in repairing the mental damage inflicted by long-term exposure to the Dinyari's psychic compulsion. By this point in history, the Dinyare had grown lax in their dominance, and, on occasion, accidentally permitted their slaves moments of self-direction. Kazertza was able to use those few scattered minutes to compose a theory. From its observations, Kazertza realized that when a slave died, the Dinyare disconnected from the slave's mind, lest it too be dragged down to death. Further, the Urquan scientist uncovered the fact that when a slave underwent great pain, the Dinyare temporarily disconnected. But that the degree of pain had to be extreme, nearly lethal. Kazertza chose its moment carefully. It waited until it was near an open transmission unit. Then, in a short moment of mental freedom, the Urquan injected itself with a dose of acidic poison, sending incredible waves of pain through its long body. In the few moments before its death, Kazertza was able to wrest control of the transmitter to send word of its discovery across the planet and into space as well. Before the Dinyare knew what was happening, Urquan everywhere were hacking at their own bodies with chunks of glass, burning themselves horribly, doing anything that would give them the few seconds of freedom necessary to find the nearest Dinyare and crush the bleeding creature. As they gained longer and longer periods of control, the Urquan developed new tools and weapons to destroy their evil masters. The most gruesome of these devices was the excruciator, a mechanism which was inserted directly into the brain and generated a constant stream of agony. The Dinyare could not bring themselves to make the necessary mental connection with these tortured Urquan. They were slaughtered by the thousands. The Urquan slave revolt was won.
Kazertza, kind of a badass. More information.
The last Urquan was free of psychic compulsion when the last free Dinyare was dead. The combined might of the Urquan starfleets met in orbit above the Dinyare homeworld. They had come together to make two important decisions. First, how to punish the few frightened Dinyare left below on the planet's surface. Second, how to ensure that never again would the Urquan be made slaves. The first decision was made swiftly. The Dinyare would not be allowed to die. It was too kind a fate. Instead, the creatures would be genetically modified into some sentience. They would become dumb animals. These low creatures would be further debased by serving the Urquan for all eternity in the most demeaning way the Urquan could imagine, acting as translators, making physical contact with other species, whom the Urquan now considered grossly inferior to themselves and revolting. The second decision, how to ensure their freedom permanently, caused great turmoil.
More information.
Following the successful Urquan slave revolt, the Urquan met to decide how to ensure their freedom. The Green Urquan, who called themselves the Kazertzar in honor of the Urquan who triggered the revolt, wished to establish the path of now and forever, which required that all other sentient species must become slaves of the Urquan or be forever imprisoned beneath an impenetrable force shield. Leading the opposition to this plan was Korra, a charismatic fleet officer. Korra proposed a simpler alternative, the Eternal Doctrine. Simply put, this scheme called for the systematic eradication of all sentient life in the universe, aside from the Urquan. Captain, if these positions seem to you extreme or unwarranted,
just a little bit,
you must remember that the Urquan had been unwilling slaves for millennia, and that each of them had to remain in agony for years in order to defeat the
Oh,
Divine.
I understand.
The followers of Kazertzar and Korra were all on the brink of madness, but neither side would submit, and so they fought a bloody civil war.
Honestly, given what they went through, I can completely understand the the followers of Kazertzar's plan, the path of down for the whole sort of enslave / encapsulate under a impenetrable force field thing. It's extreme, it's absurd, it's dark, but it's understandable to a certain degree. The Korra plan, yeah. More information. So you have some more still?
This is the last historical item we have for sale.
There we go.
The civil war between the Green Urquan, the followers of Kazertzar, and their opponents, the death-dealing Korra, lasted for decades. It is likely that they would have annihilated each other, were it not for a chance discovery by Kazertzar, a precursor battleship. The vessel was huge, many times the size of the Urquan's vessels. The precursor ship sliced through the Korra forces in days. The Korra were defeated. However, in their victory, the Kazertzar were humble. They realized that there was a chance, but they were wrong.
No, they weren't.
And the Korra were right.
Though they really weren't.
Instead of destroying the Korra, the Kazertzar let them go, directing them to make their way through the stars, traveling against the spin of the galaxy. The Kazertzar would travel.
This is the one decision that I really,
when the two Urquan forces met,
really
they would fight again in ritual combat, with the precursor battleship given to
really fault the Kazertzar for.
Captain, this is happening here and now. The Kazertzar, the Urquan who enslaved her, are fighting their ritual battle against the Korra in a large area centered near the Craterus constellation. If the Korra win this battle, Captain, the Kazertzar will stand aside and let them kill us all. We believe it is your destiny to prevent this from happening. We regret to say that you have exhausted our supply of genuinely valuable information. However, we do have many thousands of useless facts, and that we will gladly sell you at a substantial discount. Are you interested? We thought not.
Alright, so, just want to say a few things before we wrap up this part of the recording. First off, yeah, on the one hand, you know, I really do fault the Quan for letting the Korra go, and that meant the death of thousands of tons of species. The Korra went opposite direction from the Quan. For the Xerza, they almost certainly wiped out tons of species doing that. And that's pretty horrible. On the other hand, it meant that the Korra showed up now and fought them, which meant we had time to go around doing free stuff, and, you know, to free the galaxy from the Quan. So, on the one hand, it's awful, but, you know, there's also that little bit of, well, you know, if it hadn't happened, it means the Xerza wouldn't be tied up busy fighting the Korra right now. And they probably would have completely and utterly consolidated their conquest of this part of space, so... I don't know. Bye.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
Alright, this is going to be it for this part of my playthrough of Star Control 2. I will be back in the next video when we will go and talk to the Siren with the Mycon egg case. Maybe they'll believe us about the Mycon destroying their homeworld now. See you guys soon. Hope you're enjoying.